Let's see if we do better in EUCOM.
Wait, 430. Why did I hear something about like China's making like 100 ships a day or some bullshit? Did I? Really, only 435? I thought there were more boats.
What corridor in eastern Poland is vulnerable and a priority for U.S. reinforcements?
I don't know the answer to any of these. Although I'm not the head of the DoD, to be fair. What corridor in Poland?
It connects Belarus to a Russian region.
I'm sure you can tell me.
I can tell you. It's Suwalki Gap.
He should just answer. It's classified. It's all of it.
Which heavily militarized...
Oh, they listen. This is what they need to do. The quizzing. Yes. Good job. Listen, I know you're listening. I appreciate it. You don't have to email me. You don't have to message me. This is it. Just do this to all of them constantly, please, okay? And I'll play all of your clips. I'll publicize it. Look, I'll retweet it. Okay, here, I'll retweet it for you. Okay? More quizzing, please. Show how clueless this whole admin is. LOL.
I can tell you. It's the Suwalki Gap. Which heavily militarized Russian territory connected the Suwalki Gap? It contains nuclear-capable missiles. It threatens all of NATO.
Moscow. I don't know any of these.
It's right there in the middle of Eastern Europe.
Oh, wait, is it the thing that's next to Poland, the name of that place that I don't know anything about it? It's not Leningrad. It's a grad. It's a grad. Moscow grad.
I see we're playing a quiz game here.
Got him.
How many ships?
Oh, he didn't even answer. Oh, fuck, it's a Berg, not a grad. Königsberg. Fuck, god damn it. It's this thing, right? Oh no, it is a grad. Fuck you. Kaliningrad. That's its true name. Who are you to say what the true name is? You probably still call it the Gulf of Mexico. Like, all those military dogs should be running around here, the robot dogs. That would be sick. With the drones. Holy shit, how much do those dogs weigh? You think the drones could drop off the dogs? That would be like a crazy... You got like 100 drones coming in, and like, it's like we got drone defenses. And then the drones come in, but then they drop off robot dogs? Holy shit. What's going on over here? Do you think Brianna Wu is crying at home right now? I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I love you. The Israelis. Freakazoid, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships. Oh, true. How is Wood Baby doing? Our wonderful kick streamer. She's been online for 16 hours. Go to sleep, bro. You're either gonna get blown up or...
I guess I can turn on the news. Let me see what the news is saying. Where's my, remote?
Jesus, it's like in Halo language. Can she read this? She went above and beyond for her Israel trip. Go back in the VOD, 30 minutes. Uh-oh.
Oh my god, okay. I'm leaving. I'm out, I'm out, I'm out.
Bro!
I'm out.
It's okay. She's not like a main like political streamer. So she doesn't realize, if she was just a little smarter, she watched people like Hassan. Remember, Hassan says that this is like totally normal. Israelis aren't scared of this at all. And it's just like, they just like sit and laugh at it basically, you know?
Oh, it's hitting. Oh my god, I'm out, I'm out, I'm out, I'm out, I'm out.
How dumb does your missile have to be to crash into a cloud? Like, what's going on over there? That's the Iron Dome, not a cloud. Oh, I thought the Iron Dome covered more. Why is it so sparse? Oh, maybe that's just where the missiles come from. Jesus Christ, what? Wait, where does the missile fall and blow some shit up? These AI clouds. Low bitrate detected.
Gas and stuff.
Jesus! Ah! That was not necessary. Look at how patriotic she is. 17 injured/dead after Iran overwhelms Iron Dome with missile strike. USA forever baby. This morning I filmed Star Wars cosplay on the border of Israel. This is grind set, okay? This is grind set. All right? Is that a real camel? Oh, I saw a camel. Oh yeah, I rode a camel. They're big dudes.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
What is this? This is like the most Black Mirror shit.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Jesus Christ. All right. Oh, expect all talk of this guy this is going to go away unless something new comes out.
We even asked about Mr. Bolter's political affiliations, and David Carlson, once again his roommate and best friend, known him since 4th grade, did say Bolter voted for Trump and that he was a strong supporter.
All right, move on. Move along. Yeah, we're done talking about him. Boring. Trump supporter. Did we get an explanation for this yet? Is this... Do they do this somewhere in the U.S. military? Like... what? Like... Like, the colors aren't even in the right order. I don't understand. But there's no way it's, like, intentionally Russian. Right? Oh, the middle is just blank. Jesus Christ. Okay, but also based. All right. Is there any credibility to the MAGA people saying he was a Tim Walz appointee? I don't know if it was Tim Walz at the time, but also I don't know what that would have to do with anything. Being appointed as like a private citizen council person or whatever for some board, like what is the implication? That he was a sleeper cell assassin? What? It was like 8 years ago or something, no? Okay, what do we got? We got Hassan. Don't know what this is. Oh no.
Really say it. I am legally married, but I am not looking at now at all. I just had a bunch of debacles with my personal life. Yes, it's true. I know it's hard to believe. Somebody that doesn't even know what he's talking about in a relationship. And, you know, but, yeah, I got nothing right now. Got nothing, not really looking. You know, trying to find myself and be happy. I'm being serious about that.
So Iran fired with 300 missiles, a few hit, and from what I read last night, a few critical conditions, but none dead. Does Iran think shooting 300 missiles at Tel Aviv won't be viewed as civilian attacks? Or do they legit not give a fuck? Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody in that region gives a fuck about killing civilians. I don't know why anybody ever... It's all the only people we care about killing civilians are Israel. We don't care... And sometimes Saudi Arabia, I guess, but no one cares at all about any of that other shit. Someone said there are dead people. I don't know how many people have been killed, but... Uh-oh, what's this? Fail to determine content classification. Okay. Can't you just turn clips off your channel completely? Why do they always get deleted? What's this?
We really liked the guests. Kazumi was really nice and we enjoyed them, but we were like, did you just expect us to stand in the back as you played Mario where no one can hear us?
I actually asked that a few times and you were just like, yeah, so I assumed that was going to be the rest of the stream. And again,
We literally asked, like, are we here to just stand and watch you play Mario as no one can hear us? And for the record, we liked the guests. It's just we had 2 hours to come hang, and we literally just put in the back, and it didn't really feel like our time was really respected, and it had nothing to do with the guests, because the guests were really nice, and we're not mad at all, but we didn't appreciate that you spin the narrative a bit. But we're not mad, and that's okay, and
Of course you
at
get
the
that.
end of the day, we are here because we're real friends, Miz. But we're going to call you out because that was, we actually didn't even think you would notice if we left, which, for the record, it took you 10 minutes to notice, so.
Based. What were they doing? Was it really just they came over and he just played video games? Because if so, based.
Pull this up. There we go.
What?
Oh, it's us.
Never mind.
How would you chat only? Surely, right?
Okay, let me see.
Oh my god. Wait, it's not actually delayed. Why is chat so delayed if it's not delayed?
Oh, scrolled up.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Yes. So, a lot of people are kind of wondering, man, OTK.
Hold on. Wait, just curious. Did he actually stop streaming completely because of the divorce stuff? Is he really doing that? There's no way, right? Because that would be... Trump is talking about, who cares? It's so boring. Go watch him. It's so boring.
You have made all Americans very proud. They're watching from all over the world, actually. Made them all very proud. Every other country celebrates their victories. It's about time America did too. That's what we're doing tonight. And watching this magnificent display, our souls are filled with gratitude for every generation of warriors who have worn the uniform all the way back to the very beginning. So to every veteran across our land and right here in our nation's capital, including 6 recipients of the Congressional Medal of Honor, we love you, we honor you, and we salute your noble...
Any end in sight for the divorce? I mean, hopefully. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I've ever spent more money on something and nothing has gotten done in my life. I really think lawyers just on both sides just file motions so they continue to get paid. Because nothing ever happens, nothing ever changes. I think honestly, I should have been a fucking lawyer. It is the biggest scam ever. Like, ever. Yeah, we're going to file this motion that's going to do this, but it gives them, 30 days to reply, but the motion's completely fucking irrelevant. Oh my God, dude. Here's the bill for $9,000, man. We talked.
You could just tell him, don't file any motions then. Just go to trial and see what happens. King!
For 7 minutes. Is bad, man. Oh, man, dude. I can't, dude.
Rip. You can always do litigant pro se. You can just represent yourself also.
If you want. I'm good. Okay, so people are like.
It's pretty disgusting the length he goes to avoid paying. I mean, maybe, yeah. I mean, it's, like I said, it's going to be a contentious as fuck divorce. It's a lot of money involved. It's going to be a lot of subjectivity involved, involving, like, who is entitled to what, who did what percentage of work. Like, there's a lot of ego, personal pride in your work and everything involved. Like, that's a lot. It's a big thing. You're, like, in a divorce scenario like that, think about it. You're trying to quantify who contributed more to your career, financial, life success over, what, a decade? How long were they together? That's a lot. And not only are you trying to quantify it, you're quantifying it in USD. That's probably going to hurt that you might not even have, depending upon, right?
We're all trapped in our own fucking minds. We all have imposter syndrome. We look at success, we look at fame, we look at happiness, and we give that to other people. For some reason, we're like, that belongs to those people. I can never be successful, famous, happy, because that belongs to those people over there, and I am not that. And the truth is, most of those people that are successful, happy, famous, they're just dumber than you. They're just stupid. They're stupid, and so they don't think about their place in the grand scheme of things. They don't think about their place in the world. They're just like, oh, that'd be really fun if I went and made a video. Oh, that's awesome, I made $1 million. They're not thinking. And then you're so fucking neurotic in your own head. You're like, well, I could make this piece of art, but what will people think? I should spend the next 20 years of my life editing something that I never show anyone. Because you're smart. Because you worry so much.
Okay. Kick, blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you why it's important. Okay, as you guys have known, we have been a part of many cancellations here in OTK, right?
Very, very fond of them.
Yes, many cancellations. And what happens?
Speak for yourselves.
What happens is when you get the old cancellations, you lose the old sponsorships. You know sponsorships? You can't do what, S-Fan?
Pay your people.
Yes. You can't pay your stuff, pay for people, blah, blah, blah.
How would the quote look at him stopping streaming? I don't know. Like, if I had to guess, there's going to be some, like, malicious action that's going to hurt you. But everything about streaming and all of that is just so unique and untested in the courts. Like, what does it even mean to have a streaming business or to be a streamer? Or it's probably going to be like a one-of-a-kind case, like a super unique case.
So we have this awesome opportunity to partner up with Kick Studios so we can get everything back in action. Our staff.
Wow.
Like, oh, whoa, why are you giving a random tour? I had to rent it for a whole year. So us four are going to be living in...
I already saw this. Okay. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Miz does the squeaks trick in Mario Kart. What's the squeaks trick? This clip's gonna be dead, isn't it? Oh, no.
What's it?
Wow. Damn. Okay. 4.5 minute video on this. Good luck. Boring nuclear stuff. What keeps nuclear weapons from proliferating? The hardest step in making a nuclear bomb. Engineer Guy. Series 4.
I have here a scale.
Holy shit! Wait. This guy does other videos, right? We've seen this dude, right?
Model of the first atomic bomb ever used. This bomb, which destroyed Hiroshima, contains about 60 kilograms of uranium-235, of which only about 600 grams underwent fission.
Wow.
Enough, though, to generate an explosion equal to more than 13 kilotons of TNT.
Wow.
The bomb's designers divided the amount needed into two pieces. At the tip, they placed about 40% of the necessary uranium. They loaded the remaining 60% at the other end. A conventional explosion drove the projectile into the target, initiating a nuclear explosion. Now, the exact details of this bomb remain classified because they could still be used. Although this design involves some brilliant innovation by engineers in the 20th century.
That is crazy, though, right? That this thing could fit in the palm of your hand and it made an explosion that big.
The really difficult part is preparing the uranium. This lies at the heart of all efforts to stop the spread of nuclear weapons. The key problem? Separating two nearly identical variants of the element uranium. Natural uranium occurs as a metal ore, and it contains primarily two isotopes. Most uranium is U-238. U-235, however, can easily sustain a chain reaction that releases tremendous energy, whereas the more common U-238 will not. Most elements are stable, so that when bombarded with neutrons, they simply absorb them and decay later, or they require very high-energy neutrons, but bombarding U-235 with low-energy neutrons causes its nucleus to split. The emission of these extra neutrons allows the initial fission to generate a chain reaction.
Wow.
So, how do we go about enriching the U-235 in natural uranium? When we separate two items, we make use of their differences. The two major uranium isotopes have identical magnetic and chemical properties. No magnet will tug on one more than the other. No solvent will wash away only one U-235 in natural uranium. When we separate two items, we make use of their differences. The two major uranium isotopes have identical magnetic and chemical properties. No magnet will tug on one more than the other. No solvent will wash away only one isotope. And neither will boil before the other.
But the atomic weight is a little bit different. Wait, is atomic weight like actual weight, like weight? Like if I had a whole, like a trillion of one atom and a trillion of another atom and one had a heavier atomic weight, it would weigh more, right? Oh my God. Is that why they spin it in a centrifuge? Oh my God, it all makes sense.
So to separate them,
maybe not actually.
Engineers exploit the one small difference between them. U-235 weighs slightly less than U-238. Less than a 2% difference, just enough to make separation possible, but not easy. That tiny weight difference means that the two isotopes will move at slightly different speeds when exposed to an equal force. To enrich uranium for the first atomic bomb, engineers built immense gaseous diffusion plants that capitalized on the differing speeds. A gas containing uranium flows through miles of piping in a kind of race where the lighter U-235 wins out. The gas flows through a tube encased in a chamber. A pressure difference between the chamber and the tube causes more of the U-235 to pass through perforations in the tube's wall. To increase the separation, the slightly enriched stream in the chamber is passed through many more stages like this. To enrich 3% U-235 to 90% takes nearly 4,000 stages. Enriching the uranium for the first atomic bomb required a diffusion plant that covered over 40 acres. It housed a maze of 100 miles of piping.
Wait, this is so cringe. I guess I never really thought about it because I guess that's what a centrifuge does. But when you're enriching uranium, you're not really enriching it. You're just throwing out all the bad shit. That's kind of cringe. I thought they were doing some cool nuclear process to like give it more neutrons, but instead they're just separating it. Yikes. Mega cringe.
The uranium for the first atomic bomb required a diffusion plant that covered over 40 acres. It housed
Okay.
Lighter U-235 wins out. The gas flows through a tube encased in a chamber. A pressure difference between the chamber and the tube causes more of the U-235 to pass through perforations in the tube's wall. To increase the separation, the slightly enriched stream in the chamber is passed through many more stages like this. To enrich 3% U-235 to 90% takes nearly 4,000 stages.
Wow.
Enriching the uranium for the first atomic bomb required a diffusion plant that covered over 40 acres.
Wow.
It housed a maze of 100 miles of piping. These diffusion plants use great amounts of energy to run, compressors generating the pressures needed, and the energy to heat gas flowing through the miles of tubing. Another method of separation.
Why did you retweet that? I don't know. Somebody said to retweet it. And it looked like it was a good Israel meme. Wait, is it a meme? Hold on. Did I retweet something bad? Wait. Wait, did my shit just fuck up? Oh no. Okay, never mind. That was way. I thought it was gonna be a cosplay. Never mind. That's too much. You're right. Undo that. That's way too much.
Exploits the small mass difference.
You didn't watch it? I thought it was gonna be the cosplay and the camel.
Using a centrifuge. A typical device consists of a stationary outer cylinder and an inner rotor that spins. A gaseous mixture of the two isotopes flows up a tube along the central axis, filling the rotor. As it spins rapidly, more of the U-238 is thrown out to the edge than the lighter U-235, which stays closer to the middle. The enriched stream can be removed from the rotor and sent to another centrifuge to be separated even more. The amount of separation is exaggerated here. In an actual centrifuge, the amount of enrichment is a fraction of a percent, so a typical plant might have 60,000 centrifuges to enrich natural uranium to 30% U-235.
Damn.
Such a plant uses 4% the energy of a gaseous diffusion plant. Even though this is a much more efficient process, the precision that the rotors need to be manufactured with makes them very difficult to engineer. The smallest defect, and the rotor spins itself to pieces. That's lucky for us, otherwise we might have nuclear devices right next to our microwave ovens. I'm Bill Hammack, the Engineer Guy. This video is based on a chapter in the book, 8 Amazing Engineering Stories. The chapter features more information about this subject. Learn more about the book at the address below.
That's crazy. Okay. Chat GPT time. Okay, let's test our new. Okay. How do I, wait, hold on. Okay. I want create a 20 question multiple choice quiz about nuclear weapons and nuclear proliferation that a well-informed political commentator should be able to answer. Create an answer key, but keep it hidden until the end. Okay. Then I just push the up button. Okay, I'm pushing it. Good luck. Okay. Oh, these are going to be quite. Oh, we didn't actually do the history. Okay. Which one do I want? Response 1 or response 2? Or we didn't do like the treaties and shit. Why is it giving me 2 different things? Okay, I played Metal Gear Solid, so I know some of these, all right? Okay. Or enter. It's A/B testing. Okay. You know what? Hold on, wait. Can I edit message? Allow me to click on the correct answer and then reveal if I am right or wrong after answering each individual question. Will it let me do that? It can't do that? So that I can left click the answer? Only ask me one question at a time. Okay, let's try this. What? Okay. Which international treaty signed in 1968 forms the cornerstone of global efforts to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons? I've only ever heard of the START thing. Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons and Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces. I feel like START actually was way later, though. But that's the only one I've ever heard of. I don't know the answer to any of this. It's going to be something different. See? Look, fuck me. Which 5 countries are recognized as nuclear weapon states under the non-proliferation... Okay, hold on. The U.S., Russia, China, India, Pakistan. Oh, I don't know. Well, hold on, wait. Non-Proliferation Treaty was in 1968. So, U.S., Russia, China, France, and the U.K. Let's go with B here, baby. Yes! Which country was the first to develop and test a nuclear weapon after the 5 recognized nuclear weapon states under the NPT? Pfft, easy, baby. That was India. Yes! In 1974. Obviously, the smiling Buddha, okay? Which country is widely believed to possess nuclear weapons, but is never officially confirmed or denied? Our boys in blue and white. Israel, baby. Which South American country dismantled its nuclear weapons program in the 90s after regional agreements and democratic reforms? Oh shit, I don't know. That wasn't on the Wikipedia map. Argentina? No shot. Brazil? That's a big ass place, maybe. Chile or Venezuela? It's either B or D. Who's more? Brazil? They got that's a big ass country. But isn't Venezuela more associated with like the bad guys, or is that Bolivia? Dude, Venezuela and Bolivia occupy the exact same conceptual space in my mind. I don't know anything about South America. I want to say V because it's big, but D Venezuela just feels more evil to me as an American. No offense. Fuck! Argentina? What, this thin strip of bullshit ass land? Are you serious? Come on. Come on. Why are people saying that's Chile? Is this little guy down here? Chile is thinner. I guess it's not that thin, actually. I'm sorry. In my mind, Brazil makes up like 60% of South America, but whatever. 45 million people. How do so many people live here? Whatever. Okay. You know what? Fuck South America. Literally nobody cares. All right. Which country is the first and so far only nation to give up its nuclear arsenal voluntarily after inheriting it from a dissolved nuclear state? So it's probably Ukraine, right? Or Kazakhstan? Probably Ukraine. Yes! Which international agency is primarily responsible for monitoring compliance with nuclear? Oh, the IAEA. Yes. Wait. Yes. No. Yes. International Atomic Energy. Okay. What was the name of the U.S. Cold War policy aimed at limiting the spread of nuclear weapons by controlling exports of sensitive technologies? Okay. Atoms for Peace? Come on, really? Nuclear Export Control Act. That sounds official. Strategic Defense Initiative. Coordinating Committee for Multilateral Export Controls. What? COCOM. Now they went ahead. They added a thing there. I'm gonna say D. We're gonna go with D here, baby. Let's go. Yes. Yes. Which country conducted the first nuclear test after the end of the Cold War, marking a significant change to global non-proliferation efforts? North Korea. That sounds like you guys. Maybe. Yes! 2006. Which term describes the strategy of maintaining a credible threat of massive nuclear retaliation? To deter an enemy from attacking. MAD. Right? Duh. Which treaty signed in 2017? It's the first legally binding international agreement to comprehensively prohibit nuclear weapons. Treaty, no. Comprehensive nuclear test, no. Treaty protection of nuclear weapons. Strategic arms reduction. That's a C, baby. That's a C. Easy. Which country's nuclear weapons program was exposed in the early leading to widespread international concern about nuclear proliferation? Well, Iran. It was you guys. Oh shit, or was it? No. Oh God, wait, when did we do the Libya? No, Libya was way later. Was Gaddafi? No, it was Iran. Give me Iran, baby. Yes! And then we got the Indian name. What does the acronym HUH stand for in the context of nuclear proliferation? Obviously, highly enriched uranium. Easy, guys. Which nuclear test site was used by both the U.S. and the Soviet Union during the Cold War for underground nuclear tests? Oh, well, they wouldn't be in Nevada, obviously. Semipalatinsk sounds like a place we wouldn't be. Novaya no, none. Yeah, why would we test in the same area? It's always none. Whenever they try to throw that one in there, it's always a none. Which country developed the first thermonuclear hydrogen bomb? Oh shit. Was that us or was that the Soviets? The thermonuclear one. It was in the video. Oh no. The Soviets might have beat us to that one. I don't remember. Did they? No, it was the U.S. The Ivy Mike was thermonuclear. The Soviet Union followed with their own in 1953. That's okay. We've only gotten 4 wrong, okay? I think. Primary difference between a fission and fusion thing. Fission uses uranium, fission splits, fusion combines. Okay. Which of these countries is not officially known or suspected to possess nuclear weapons? Huh. Taiwan. Wait, I thought China. Just kidding. What was the main purpose of the 96 Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty? To eliminate all nuclear weapons worldwide, to ban all nuclear explosions for testing purposes? Well, probably that one, right? To limit the number of deployed strategic nuclear warheads. To create nuclear-free zone. I mean, it's kind of in the name, right? Which nuclear delivery system is considered the most survivable and thus critical to maintaining a credible sanctuary? Oh, that's the submarine ones, baby! That's the ocean! Which doctrine involves launching a nuclear strike before an anticipated enemy attack? Well, we have first strike, preemptive strike, launch on warning, and no first use. I'm going to go with first strike on that one. Boom. What was my score? 17 out of 20. I'm a god. I am a god. You know what? Let's just fucking ramp. Let's ramp this up. Let's get some real shit going here. Create a 20-question multiple choice quiz about nuclear weapons. About nuclear weapons that a PhD level nuclear physicist should be able to answer. Let's fucking go. I'm ready. Let's fucking go. We're there. In a boosted fission weapon, what is the primary role of the fusion fuel, typically deuterium tritium gas, inside the fissile core? Oh, I mean, we remember this one, right? To increase someone's yield by directly undergoing fusion reactions, to generate a high flux of neutrons and enhance the fission chain reaction, to reduce the critical mass of the fissile material by providing additional atoms, to act as a tamper and reflect neutrons. Okay, hold on. Boosted fission. It was A. It was this one for sure. Let's go. Fuck! Okay. Boosted fission weapon mat. The fusion reactions produce a burst of high energy neutrons that increase the efficiency and yield of the fission chain reaction, but the fusion itself contributes only a small part. Okay, that was okay. That was just one of them, okay? Which of the following isotopes commonly used as the fissile material in thermonuclear secondary stages due to its high fission cross-section at fast neutron energies? Well, for the secondary stage, now, that's the, that would be, we use the deuterium ones for that, right? Just fuck this one. I don't care about this. We'll do that later. Look! Disney World. No one cares about this. We watch this. Do 20-question basic economics quiz. Basic econ? I crush that. Create a 20-question multiple choice quiz about economics that someone with a bachelor's degree of arts, I'm just kidding, bachelor's degree in economics should be able to answer. One question at a time. Okay. Okay. Which of the following best describes the concept of opportunity cost? The value of the next best alternative foregone when making a decision, obviously. Come on. In the short run, which of the following is typically considered a fixed input in production? Short run, fixed input. Oh, shit. Is it raw materials? It's capital. It's often fixed because it takes time to adjust, while labor and raw materials are usually variable inputs. I thought the whole point of capitalism is we can adjust the amount of investment. Get out of here. That's in a shitter economy, okay? Which of the following is most likely to cause a movement along the demand curve rather than a shift in the demand curve? Oh, fuck. What's the difference? What's the difference between shifting? Oh, that's probably when you move the whole line left or right. That goddamn graph. We need to do it more. Okay. Cause a movement along the demand curve. A change in consumer income. A change in the price of the good itself. A change in consumer preferences, a change in the price of a substitute good. I don't know what movement along the demand curve means. Well, let's think about it, okay? Let's just think about it, okay? Okay, hold on. Changing the price of the good itself. Easy, obviously. Because that's what the curve measures, right? Is quantity demanded at a given price? Okay. All right. The invisible hand concept. Oh, Adam Smith, right? So it's individuals pursuing their own blah, 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 blah are cringe. No one cares. Country has a comparative advantage in producing. Means that it can produce a good with fewer resources than any other country. It can produce a good at a lower opportunity cost than other countries. Is the absolute highest productivity in producing the good, or it is the largest market for that good? Oh, Jesus. It can produce the good with fewer resources. Does labor count as a resource there? Or can produce a good at a lower opportunity cost? I mean, like it, maybe, right? And is the absolute highest productivity? No. ARB, comparative advantage. Resource. Labor must count as a resource, right? Just go to the lower opportunity cost. Oh, God. I'm going to guess B, but I feel like it could be A. Fuck this quiz. Oh, yes! We got it. The Phillips curve. Oh, fuck. What was this one? Phillips curve illustrates the relationship between inflation and unemployment, interest rates and investment, government spending and taxation, exchange rates and trade balance. Okay, inflation and unemployment. Inflation and unemployment. Phillips curve? Interest rates and investment, maybe? Government spending and taxation? Government spending and taxation? Exchange rates and trade balance. Well, who's Phillips? What did he do? I have no idea. Phillips curve. I feel like if it was one of these three, I would have heard of it. So I'm going to go with D here. I don't actually know, though. God damn it. Phillips curve shows an inverse relation between inflation and unemployment, especially in the short run. In a perfectly competitive market, firms are price takers because they have the market power to set prices. There are many sellers offering identical products. There's going to be barriers to entry. Consumers prefer one from another. Probably B, right? Many sellers offering identical products. Concept of moral hazard. When one party transaction has more information than the other, one party changes behavior because they are insulated from risk. It's B. Which of the following is not a characteristic of a public good? Non-excludability, non-rivalry, positive externalities, and rivalry. Okay, well, it's probably B or D, huh? Well, wait, is it? Hold on. Okay, so what is a public good? A public good is probably non-exclusive. Everyone has access to it, right? Do public goods produce positive externalities? Would you say that? I mean, I guess you could. I mean, they should, right? If we're offering it as public good, you'd think so, right? Rivalry and non-rivalry. Can public goods compete with other things? Does public mean free? I actually don't even know what the definition of it. When we say a public good, strictly speaking, I don't know what that refers to. It's got to be one of these. These are mutually exclusive, right? So non-exclusive, has positive externalities, non-rivalry. I'm test taking skills here. I don't know. Is it D? Okay. Rivalry is not a characteristic of a public good. Public goods are non-rivalrous. Why? Because they're free or they're so cheap that you can't compete, maybe? I don't actually know what public good means. Don't care. According to Solow growth model, Solow, long run economic growth is primarily driven by increase in labor supply. Okay, that would grow the economy. Technological progress would also grow the economy. Capital accumulation, maybe could. And government spending kind of needs other things. I don't know who Solow is. I'm going to guess either A or B. A? It's B. close? Why is it close? Because A is close to B? Fuck you. Capital accumulation and labor growth lead to growth only temporarily, but sustained long-run growth depends mainly on technological progress. Okay. The term elasticity of demand measures how quantity demand responds to changes in income. No. Quantity demand responds to change in the price of a related good. No. Quantity demanded responds to changes in its own price. How quantity demanded responds to changes in it's C, right? Am I getting mindfucked? Which the following would cause a rightward shift in the aggregate demand curve. If the whole curve is going to the right, a decrease in consumer confidence, increase in interest rates, increase in government spending, a decrease in the money supply, rightward shift in the demand curve. If the whole demand curve is moving right, that means that hold on, my brain is chewing through this one. Okay, yeah, and then I don't know I just know the lines. I don't know like how they normally label them. So what's the opposite of all three what's the one that's okay, so an increase in interest rates. I imagine that would cause a decrease in aggregate demand. Decrease in consumer confidence would also cause a decrease in consumer, an increase in government spending would probably cause an increase and a decrease in the, okay, so my guess is C because it's the odd one out, right? All right, got it. In the context of game theory, a Nash equilibrium is a situation where one player dominates all others. Strategy profile where no one player can benefit by changing the strategy unilaterally, and the outcome where all players cooperate for maximum joint payoff. A strategy profile where no player can benefit by changing. Okay, so I think it's C, right? Isn't that everybody? No, it's B. Fuck! Nash equilibrium is a strategy profile where no player can benefit by changing the strategy unilaterally. Each player's strategy is optimal given the strategies of others. Does that not imply cooperation or? Oh, maybe not. Okay. Laffer curve has to do with tax rates and government revenue. Monopolistically competitive firm will earn positive economic profits due to product differentiation, produce at minimum average total cost, earn zero economic profit due to free entry and exit, and produce where the marginal cost equals zero. In the long run, a monopolistically competitive firm. What does monopolistically competitive mean? I guess they would just produce up, I don't know, it's D seems right. I have no idea. Fuck! Earn zero economic profit due to free entry and exit. In the long run, monopolistically competitive firms make zero economic profit because new firms enter the market if profits exist. I don't know what monopolistically competitive means. Which of the following policies is more likely to reduce a country's trade deficit? Terrorism. Increasing government spending. Probably not. Depreciating the domestic currency. Probably, right? Currency lower means harder to buy, easier to sell. Lowering interest rates. Reducing tariffs on imports. Okay. Efficient market hypothesis suggests that stock prices reflect all available information. Which of the following best describes crowding out in fiscal policy? Government borrowing leading to higher interest rates, reduced private investment. Increased government spending leading to higher aggregate demand. Higher taxes, reducing disposable income. Inflation caused by excessive money supply. Probably government borrowing leading to higher interest rates and reducing private investment. Government borrowing. People too much. Nobody wants to invest privately because bond yields are too high or something. Basically, something like that. Maybe. The concept of time inconsistency in monetary policy refers to central bank's inability to commit to future policies, leading to suboptimal outcomes. The delayed effect of monetary policy on inflation. The variability of interest rates over time. The difference between nominal and real interest rates. I want to guess A. Time inconsistency. Could be C. I don't know. I've never heard this phrase. Time inconsistency. I'm going to guess C. Fuck it. Don't be A. God damn it. We just need a 70% to pass, okay? 70%. The Gini coefficient has to do with income inequality. Tally. $14 out of 20. That's a pass. That's a pass, baby. Okay, one thing. Ask me a single question. Ask me a single multiple choice question that only a PhD psychology researcher would know the answer to. Don't reveal the question until after I guess. All right. Now, psych, let's go. We're polymaths, okay? Let's go. All of our skills. Let's do it. In structural equation modeling, of course, what is the primary purpose of the modification indices? Oh, yeah. Testing for multicollinearity between observed variables. Amateur answer. To identify potential improvements in model fit by suggesting parameters to add. To assess the reliability of latent constructs. That's a commonly thought error. To estimate direct effects between independent and dependent variables. Okay. In structural equation modeling. And then we have a modification index. What would that do? What are we modifying? I'm going to say D. Let's go. Fuck this. Okay. Mom, Queen, Ribbon, Border, Blue, Boston, Heart, Legend, Toto, Arrow, Icon, Hooch, Rat, Bull, Astro, and Diva. Bands. Superheroes? Like Arrow? Isn't that like a superhero show? The Astros? Are those like a sports team? Oh my god, I have no idea. I don't know. Get me the fuck out of here. Fuck this. Don't care. This one sucked. It did suck, and I don't give a fuck. I also have the stereo downstairs completely cleaned. Okay. All right. I love you guys. Stay safe. Be careful. Wait, is Wood Baby still streaming? We'll host her. For being a brave warrior of Israel. Ripper and cappuccino, 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 my dude rails. I'll catch you guys tomorrow right now. Username doesn't exist. Oh, well, never mind.